Do you have an annoying trait that you want to change about yourself? Something that you feel is holding you back from being the person that you want to be? Maybe it's your anger, your wild rage, or maybe it's that crippling anxiety that stops you from moving forward. Or perhaps it is your inability to process things quickly enough to react to situations and opportunities. Whatever it is, I want to invite you to pause this podcast for a quick moment and think about whatever it is that you want to change about yourself. No, seriously, I'll wait. Press pause. Done? Okay, now I want to tell you a little secret. Something that will flip the switch, turn light bulbs on, and completely revolutionize the way that you think about yourself. So, if you haven't thought about that one annoying character flaw, do it now. Okay, press pause. And then if you're ready, here goes. So the goal, the big secret that's what I'm going to tell you now, is the goal is not to change your flaws, but to wholeheartedly accept them. I'll repeat that. The goal is not to change yourself and your supposed character flaws, but to accept them and yourself wholeheartedly in the process. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but Kay, if I don't change my flaws, how can I be a better person? Or if I accept my flaws, wouldn't that lead to a bad attitude or prideful behavior? And won't I start treating others like, hey, this is me, accept it or buzz off? Like with an attitude of no gratitude. But the truth is, this has nothing to do with how you treat other people and everything to do with how you treat yourself. Accepting your flaws results to being kinder to yourself. And it leads to loving yourself and seeing yourself the way that God sees you, with compassion and kindness, rather than with judgment and hatred. And funnily enough, when you get the hang of being kind to yourself, you'll start being kinder and more thoughtful towards others as well. Win-win. Let me give you an example of how this simple shift in mindset has made a huge difference in my own life. As a single person, I remember being pretty happy, chilled out and bubbly. Now, go back about 10 years ago. But now, as a mum to 1, then 2, then 3, then 4 kids, I've been stressed and overwhelmed and constantly suffered from what I now know as a sensory overload. From having to basically look out for myself as a single, I had to then learn how to look out for a lot of tiny humans with different needs and a husband who is so wonderfully different from me. The computer in my brain was constantly crashing from having too many programs open at once. That's the best way I can describe it. And it really affected my mood. Specifically, my anger was feeling like uncontrollable fire. If you know me in this phase, you know what I'm talking about. When I got angry with my kids for seemingly stupid reasons, I would then feel guilty and get angry with myself, adding fuel to the fire and reacting worse than I was before. It was only when I understood how my brain worked and that I was overstimulated and actually trying to deal with a lot in that moment that I started to be kinder to myself and talking to myself in a more positive way. So the before of how I was talking to myself was like this. Oh my God, Kaz, what is wrong with you? Why can't you keep it together? You're such a terrible mother. What you said will scar your child for life. Damn, I don't know how to undo this. I'm the worst person in the world, etc., etc. And that would just go off on a tangent and on a downward spiral. And it was nothing worse than that. And it would just make me more and more angry. And I would end up taking out that anger on myself and on the people around me. But then, with that mindset shift, I started talking to myself like this. Once I started understanding what was going on in my brain, and not everyone's brain works the way my mind does, but when I started understanding what was going on with my brain, I started saying, Kaz, you're tired and overstimulated. Let's walk away from the situation, go to a quiet room, shut down all the noise, all that chaos. Breathe. Journal your thoughts and feelings if possible, because journaling always helps me. That's it. You're okay. You're doing well. You're a great parent. Some of these things were justified, and the things that you said that were unfair, you can just go back and apologize. It's going to be okay. Whew. Can you feel the difference in those two thought patterns? The first one made me more angry, and then I would justify my anger and get more angry, and then it just was a cycle that never ended. The second thought pattern, what ends up happening, and what I tend to do more of now, is I calm down, and then I have a rational enough mind to then think of the other person. Why did they react that way? Maybe they were having a bad day. Maybe they're throwing a tantrum because there's something going on with them. What do they need right now? Maybe a hug. Maybe they're just hungry or hangry, so maybe they need food. And it helps me to think about the other person rather than me thinking about myself and how they are doing me wrong. So I'm going to end there because I could go on about this, but I'll stop here for today. And I hope you see how powerful it is that you understand and accept yourself and love yourself, flaws and all. Okay, and I really encourage you to do this today, this little mind shift, that if you can. With all my love and a big God bless. See you next time.